All right, you guys. So today is September 19th, 9:13 p.m. Eastern. Can I just say I have been putting this podcast off for so long, but I knew I had to do it. I knew that this was such a vulnerable story that I needed to share because I had learned such empowering tools and learned even more about true love. So I'm going to share this with you. It's a very vulnerable piece. And I'm going to read it word for word. And I hope you guys enjoy this podcast as much as I have at the end of it. At the end of writing it, I was able to heal. I was able to release a lot of emotions that had been still pent up. I thought I had processed it, and I'm still probably going to keep healing from this experience. This is a story about my Lola dog, my Buddha. I was sitting on my bathroom floor of my second-story apartment feeding 3 pug puppies and 2 schnauzers. There were originally 4 pugs and 5 schnauzers, but I had to put 1 pug puppy down because it was dying from parvo and surrender 3 schnauzers who also had parvo to the vet so that they could nurse them back to health. Also to note, I had one of those pugs die in my lap on the way to the emergency room. I'll never forget how Lola looked right up at me with these intentional soul-seeking eyes, neck completely straight back, looking intently at me. She was analyzing me, seeking me. She was a special dog, very different from the rest. She clung to me like my shadow. I was stranded. I only had the intention of creating a puppy business, but this had gone all kinds of wrong. These puppies weren't even 6 weeks. They were much younger. I bought expensive formula to nurse them back to health. I bought bins to keep them all separate. I bought them supplies to stay warm and clean. My investment was down the drain. There was no way I could sell these puppies in good conscience. I had to figure out how to get them the help they needed because I couldn't afford thousands of dollar procedures and care per puppy. I was already in the hole. I went to another vet in Utah to see if I could surrender the last of the puppies that I had to see if they could care for them and then adopt them. I was desperate, and the lead vet could see it in my eyes. They had me sign paperwork to release them, and I signed it. But then when it came to give away Lola, I couldn't do it. There was something inside of me tugging at me to keep her. So I did. The years went by. I got divorced in October of 2020 and moved to Vegas to live with my dad and my brother. They were incredibly reclusive and kept to themselves, so I was by myself a majority of the time. Lola was my buddy. She would run with me every morning before work from home. On my breaks, I would let her roam around outside the house. After work, we would walk to a mountain nearby and climb it sometimes. She was a very athletic pug. I was so proud of how much she pushed the boundaries of her fears. She had so much anxiety from the beginning. I think she was traumatized from all the traveling she did from Mexico to California, then California to Vegas. I don't think the breeder was kind to her, but nonetheless, I helped her through fears like walking on sewer cabs, the road, cars, you name it. She had a lot of fears. She also helped me rescue a dog once in Vegas. That was so cool. It felt like we were a team. I fell in love and moved to Maryland in May of 2021. She was my companion through so many beautiful and hard times. Then I got pregnant in December of 2021 and had my beautiful baby boy Israel in August of 2022. That's when things changed for me. I started to resent Lola. I started to treat her differently. I neglected her needs and stopped walking her and giving her as much attention. I was a new mom and taking care of a little human that needed me at all hours of the day. I felt weighed down by Lola. I knew these were all thoughts and I wanted to change them. Lola was my buddy. From the moment I brought Israel home, I knew my feelings changed for Lola. I didn't want to touch her because she was a dog and dirty, and I didn't want my vulnerable boy to be susceptible to anything she had that could harm him. I almost saw her as a pest, not a pet. I hated that I felt this way. I shamed myself into believing that I was a bad person for not wanting my dog anymore. I told myself that she was my Buddha, my teacher. She was going to be teaching me patience. In September of 2023, Lola started to retaliate. We moved into my first home in June of 2023, and I was still feeling the same feelings of resentment and anger towards Lola. However, in September, she started to poop on my brand new rug. I was taking her out every day on long walks to do her business, and yet she pooped on my brand new $200 rug for 2 more nights. Then one night, she decided to pee on the rug. I got furious, but took her out per our usual walk. And then right after we got home from the walk, she pooped on the rug. I was livid. She was acting out of character. She knew the rules and was breaking them even after I took care of her needs. I decided it was time to let her go. I knew it was meant to be because I got a response the same day I sent word out that I was looking to rehome Lola. This owner had a 13-year-old pug that was just about to leave this earth, and they wanted another one to help the passing of their old dog. They were so happy with Lola, they wanted to send me a thank you card and said how this was an answer to a prayer. I felt like the worst human being on the planet. I would think things like, how could I love a dog one moment and then want to give her up the next? I was incapable of unconditional love. I only want people or dogs in my life when it benefits me or it's convenient. I give up on things when they get hard. I don't know what true love is. I let Lola down. Would I do the same thing to Israel? If he gets too hard to handle, am I going to give him up like I did Lola? The truth is, some of those things could be right. A lot of those things were just causing me suffering. I allowed myself to feel the emotions I had regarding my anger and resentment towards Lola. I cried on the way there and on the way back. I had one last walk with her and made sure she had everything she needed. That was one of the hardest things I have ever done. I think the hard part about it is realizing that I wasn't good for her. I wanted to be, but I also didn't want to be. I didn't want to put in the effort to love her or be affectionate towards her. I was skipping all the benefits of having a dog and just focusing on the responsibility part. I was really good at giving her exercise and discipline, but not affection. These are the principles that Cesar Millan, the dog whisperer, teaches about how to care for a dog. No matter how much journaling, meditating, coaching, and conversing with trusted ones I did not want to give her affection that she deserved. And letting her go to someone that would be better suited for her was hard for me to accept. It felt like I failed her. It felt like I was a bad dog owner. It felt like I let her down, and then I gave her more trauma to deal with in addition to that of her breeder. I so harshly judged. I was just like her. I don't think a vast majority of humans understand what true love is. Love is putting their needs above yours. Love is removing yourself from the picture if that is for their ultimate higher good. Love is sacrifice. Love is recognizing that you might be the wrong fit for someone or something. Love is doing what's right, even if it's hard. It was right for me to give her away, but I wanted to selfishly keep her so that my ego could say that I don't give up when things get tough. I wanted to maintain that part of my identity that I've built over the years. That wouldn't be fair to Lola. Lola's new owner sent me pictures of her at the beach. I never took her to the beach. I saw another video of her with the older pug and she was glowing. She looks healthy, happy, and loved dearly. She's traveling, she's smiling, she's playing, she's laughing. She's loved in a way I wasn't capable of loving anymore now that I became a mother. Love is beautiful and messy. Life is beautiful and messy. One day I fight to keep a dog that I didn't plan to keep in the first place. Then another day I want to rehome that same dog. We change, we evolve, we sometimes don't recognize ourselves. It's all a part of this life's experience. To my Lola dog, I'll never forget you, Lola. You will always be a part of my story, my life, and my soul. You were there for me when I was so lonely and in a dark place, when many couldn't be there for me. I always could count on you. You brought beautiful joy into my life and taught me how to be the amazing, messy mom that I am today. You were my fur baby, my training wheels for becoming a human mom. I was your dog mom. Please forgive. I'm so sorry for how I treated you. I was so mean to you that year of Israel coming home. I don't blame you for acting out and pooping and peeing and barking. I would have reacted much worse if I was in your shoes. Excuse me, pause. Thank you for your forgiving heart and patience with me. Thank you for trusting me to do what I knew to be right for you. Thank you for teaching me how to care for another living being. Thank you for the opportunity you gave me to learn how to love and care. I hope one day I can see you again and we can play. I truly love you, Lola dog. I love knowing that you are in a better place where you go to oceans and play with your own kind. I'm truly so happy you are living your best pug life. It makes your absence purposeful and allows me to cope. Goodbye, Lola dog. You will always, always, always be in my heart. Enjoy.
If you're looking to change your life in 2024, look no further. I have a coaching program built just for you. Each month, we will dive deep into limiting belief systems, thought patterns, habits, and so much more to take your life to a dream reality. Sign up for my 12-month coaching program before spots fill up. I'm only taking 15 clients who are serious about taking massive action towards their dream life. I'll see you in the program.